Hi guys, welcome back to Office Bloke Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Max.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Just the two of us today.
Indeed.
Daz is away.
He is as well. Yeah, to be back next week though. So we're back up to the full force next week.
Yeah, you can see what he's getting up to on his channel, OB Daz. Office Bloke Daz, OB Daz.
It is. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I found this video, Mike.
Yeah, what is it? What's it all about?
It looks mental.
And he looks a bit
we've done
a bit serious.
We've done Lad Bible stuff before, like the more serious stuff. Because to be fair to them, I don't like Lad Bible as the usual stuff. Oh, if you haven't heard about them, it's a UK-based company.
Yeah.
Mega viral, 20s of 30s of millions of followers that do loads of social clips. But then they've expanded into like really serious like interviews.
Oh, right, okay.
You guys watched the older army veteran with the younger army veteran.
That's right. Was that Lad Bible?
That was Lad Bible, yeah. And it's a really compelling, sort of interesting conversation. Yeah. So this one is 13 things you shouldn't ask a former neo-Nazi, which I think is bonkers. Yeah,
I'm just not sure which way this video is going to go. I'm not sure how it's going to be put together, but
that's why I picked it, because you just don't know.
Yeah.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
For me, as a kid from the 90s, it was normal for me and for my other comrades to tattoo a swastika. I used to have a swastika here in the middle of my chest. My name is Philipp Schlaffer from Germany, and I'm a former neo-Nazi. Today I work with young people to de-radicalize them, and I work as an anti-violence coach. In this box are questions what people are afraid of asking me to my face. Do you think your fellow neo-Nazis were evil? Well, I don't like to talk too much about my fellow neo-Nazis or the group I was in. I think I was evil as a neo-Nazi. I didn't feel anything for people. I had no empathy within me. If me and my group would have come to power, we would have destroyed the life of millions of people in Germany, in Europe. It would have come to war with our politics we wanted. So, of course, we were the reincarnated evil. Yeah, absolutely. What is the difference between neo-Nazi and Nazis? Well, that is quite easy. A Nazi is still a person who lived in the Third Reich, which is still alive. These people are nearly 100 years old. Time will take care of the old Nazis now. And neo-Nazis are people who started after 1945. So they're the new Nazis, and yeah, that's the main difference. That is the only difference. Would you be friends or date someone from a different race? Today in my new life, I would date and be friend with everybody. I sometimes get asked if I find people today. Yeah, of course I find people today, but I only find them because I met them and I don't like their character or we just don't fit. But in my time as a neo-Nazi, I would have never been friend with somebody from a different race, and it would have never been possible to date somebody. I would have been thrown out of the movement. I would have been a traitor. It was even so awful that I didn't even go for foreign food or something. So that would have been an absolute no-go. Would you have ever killed someone for your beliefs? Yes.
Be careful with this one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have.
Especially as a young neo-Nazi, I was begging for war. I thought, I believed in the word from old neo-Nazis in the 90s. I met up with a lot of neo-Nazis who were still in the war, fighting for Germany, like in the Waffen-SS or in the Wehrmacht, and they had like slogans like saying every generation needs a war to harden up, and yeah, I would have killed for my beliefs in a war, and I did not have thoughts on going just out on the streets and just stabbing people down or shooting anything. I always thought that will just change nothing. Did you like Hitler?
I'm trying to think. This guy's really going through the sort of media trained Like, oh, no, and then just going, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty honest, though, isn't he?
He is
in
honest,
general,
yeah.
you know.
I think you kind of have to be at this point if you said, oh, I am an ex-neo-Nazi, and the
Yeah.
tattoos.
Yeah, and I think if he's sort of like he's working with young people as well, isn't he, to de-radicalise them. So I think you've got to be as honest as possible, without a doubt.
I wonder how you just get how you get radicalised in the first place. It must be like a family member or
maybe it is family, friends. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of young people, if they're disenfranchised and they've got nothing to look forward to, if they haven't got jobs, they haven't got work, if they're growing up in like a rough area, that is probably one of the ways they can get radicalised. People coming and sort of like filling in minds with a lot of sort of like.
There's always someone to blame, something like that.
Yeah, there's always someone.
Because he looks like a stereotypical, doesn't he? Like neo-Nazi.
Oh yeah,
all he needs is a shaved head, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. He's nailed on, isn't he? But I'm sure there's loads of ways you can get radicalised, and you know,
couldn't
have your beliefs changed.
I couldn't imagine waking up every day after being like de-radicalised and still having the tattoos and things like that. Must be a terrible thing. Because
it's sort of part of it, isn't it? You know, it's part of the, you know, being a radical Nazi. You know, it's part of the look, isn't it? So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we had to get away from that.
It's a great question, this though.
Yeah.
Hitler is sort of like for a National Socialist the light of the stars. He's like he's the father of National Socialism, and he was a big hero of mine. I tattooed his signature on my arm. He was for a long time sort of hero. Do neo-Nazis believe women are second-class citizens? Maybe not second-class citizens. They are looking after an old family construct. The man is working, the man makes the decisions, the woman looks after the children, gets the children, and raises the children. And but there are new modern Nazis who they put women in front of the camera. They walk in front of demonstrations. So the neo-Nazi movement shows, we're not just neo-Nazi men here. Look at us, we have women. But in the decision, in the politics, in the parties, it's always kind of a man thing. I wouldn't say second-class citizens, but they're always a little bit below the man. That's the way it is. Do all Nazis greet each other with a salute? It depends. The Hitler salute is forbidden in Germany. It's in either way you do it, like Hitler did, or with a resistance W, or a straight hand outed. It's all forbidden. You can go to prison for that, or pay like a very big fine, like 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000 pounds. So neo-Nazis do it just in countries where it's allowed. But it is, there are some greetings, like with our comrade group, we greeted ourselves like this. This is like touching the bloodline, yeah. And there are some salutes, but most of them just giving a hand like everybody else. But they often say something like "Hail to you, comrade," or something, yeah. Do you have to have a swastika tattoo as a neo-Nazi? No. Today, the people rather say neo-Nazis have to stay away from the swastika. Yeah, I think there's no other symbol in the world that you can shock the people more than with the swastika. And neo-Nazis are trying to pull in people from the middle of society to their politics, and you can't do that with a swastika. So new neo-Nazis try, when they get a tattoo, not to use the swastikas anymore. For me, as a kid from the 90s, it was normal for me and for my other comrades to tattoo a swastika. I used to have a swastika here in the middle of my chest. I had things like the Waffen-SS runes and everything on my body, but neo-Nazis today try not to use these things. What is the difference between neo-Nazis and the KKK? The KKK, the Ku Klux Klan from the US, is a very is a white power thing. It's a southern state thing.
It's a very interesting question. This
it is a really interesting question. Yeah. I don't think it's too dissimilar.
No, that's what you think in general, but it'd be interesting to see how he answers this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very Christian, yeah, like some of the KKK say Jesus even was born in the USA, yeah. We as neo-Nazis from Germany, we looked at the people from the KKK, we looked down on them, just like being like sort of rednecks from the USA, not deep into politics, into the National Socialist thing. We just see them as racists. Neo-Nazis, it's more about politics and changing the whole system, and the KKK is just a racist Christian thing. Have you read Mein Kampf? Yes, of course, I've read Mein Kampf. It's a book from Adolf Hitler. He wrote when he was imprisoned, 1923 till 1925. For every National Socialist in the German movement, it is like a thing you have to do to read Mein Kampf. It is a very strange book. I've read it 2 times. After my de-radicalization, I thought, wow, what silly things and awful things are in this book. When the German people would have read this book before, they would have known where it would end, in the Holocaust and in a Great War. In Germany, you say Mein Kampf is the most sold and unread book in history. Why do neo-Nazis have shaved heads when Nazis in the 1930s, 40s didn't? This came over and was adapted from the right-wing movement because it is like a scary look, and when you go like with 30, 40 skinheads down the street and you shout out, wow. And you're like with the tattoos, shaved heads and the boots, you just look very scary. I think you have to lose the thought that the skinheads are the far right now. I think this has gone away. This was in the 90s, very big in Germany. It is now that you have like a shaved head, just like I look now today. You have your hair to the side. Do you think anyone has the potential to become a neo-Nazi? We all are proven in our life with sadness, and things happen in our life which makes times difficult. And I think in every one of us is a murder. Yeah, just the right buttons have to be pressed, and the bad things may happen, or we defend our family and everything. I think you can radicalize everybody. I think that is especially when people are young and they are not informed about life and have problems. So I think, yeah, everybody can become a...
That's really interesting.
A bit what we touched on before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're young and you've not much hope, no jobs and stuff, and living in certain areas. You know, if you push the right buttons, like you said, which you've got very clever people that can articulate the things that they want to get across to people, and that's where the problem lies. I still feel like
similar ideologies are still around like here today. Obviously, maybe not pushing for the Nazi party and things like that, but there's still similar sort of hate.
Oh, of course, there's absolutely everywhere. There's always minority groups that are trying to get you into them, get young people radicalised into whatever form of thoughts and beliefs that these people have. Yeah. So it's always been around. I think it always probably will be. And there's always going to be vulnerable people, which are probably going to be drawn into it.
I think it's always a similar group.
I think so. Yeah. I think they try and modernise to a certain extent, don't they? And new laws come in about what you can and can't say anyway. Yeah. So they have to be a bit more careful about what they say and what they do sometimes. Yeah, but I think it's always going to be around. So you've just got to be wary, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Neo-Nazi. Would you tell your children about your past? Yeah, I have a stepson, and he's 13 years old. He's here today with me. I think it's important not to do a secret out of my life. He doesn't know everything I did, but I try to give him things that I was missing as a child, and to talk about the fears he maybe has, or the fear I had as a child, to try my best that he doesn't go anywhere on my way, anywhere near. So yeah, I'm very open to that, and I try to talk to as many children and young people as I can to warn about this neo-Nazi movement and the white power movement, not to go this way, not to destroy their lives or to destroy the life of others. Most of the...
It's really interesting.
Very interesting.
Really good book. I don't know how... Really good video, sorry. It's a really good insight into how he thinks. I think maybe just because he's German, he's a very straightforward person. Like, there isn't much emotion to him.
No, it comes across as fairly methodical, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And sort of like just says it as it is, so...
But it's just sort of things like, they go away from like the swastika now, and then the salutes and things like that. It doesn't mean like they don't still believe in it. It's just it feels like they're trying to hide it more.
Yeah, it's like we were saying before, try and sort of modernise, don't you? So it sort of draws more people in. They've still got their core deep beliefs, but they try and sort of maybe package it in a slightly more palatable way for certain people, instead of like swastikas, and they say, well, we'll do away with that, but deep down the thoughts and what they're thinking, what they want to get across is probably not going to change. It's probably about the same, but other people probably see it as slightly more acceptable if not seeing swastikas and things to do with Adolf Hitler and things like that.
Yeah, because it's really, really like harsh like imagery to show now.
Absolutely,
like in Germany nowadays, they're trying to wipe it.
Like I say, a lot of things are banned anyway, like the Hitler, the salutes and stuff like that are banned in Germany anyway. So these people, they're very clever. These people, the way they do things and the way they do modernise and the way they sort of like change things around a little bit to draw people.
That's why
in.
I think you were right with saying it'll never go away. Like,
no,
hatred will always be there.
Unfortunately, it probably will be in certain guises. So just got to be wary and got to be keep a watch.
Absolutely, very fun video.
Yeah,
very
great.
Fun. Whoa. Sorry, not
not
video.
Fun.
Yeah, very interesting video.
It was an interesting video. Good.
But thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.